Kind of alluded to the adult comment. Here is what we were talking about with that. Chris Mortensen on the Browns quarterback position. This was yesterday. Take a listen to Chris Mortensen from ESPN.
They're breaking up, regardless of whether or not Deshaun Watson ends up in Cleveland. And the one thing I was told is that it's just not a match emotionally. Whereas Baker Mayfield's passion and emotional leadership was embraced at Oklahoma, and even in the beginning with the Browns, things have changed. And they want what they consider an adult at that position. And that the Baker Mayfield probably is going to be moved. I think Seattle may end up being a candidate, certainly for Baker Mayfield. Other people may say the Colts. And then who's an adult? Well, listen, Jimmy Garoppolo is scheme-friendly. And yes, he has a shoulder recovery. So does Baker Mayfield. But Jimmy Garoppolo is one I would not ignore for Cleveland.
And Quincy, you can argue, is it an upgrade, is it not an upgrade? But in a report like that, when a name is attached, you listen to it. And again, if you're Baker Mayfield, that probably did not sit well with you.
Oh, because it's an attack on his I don't know if it's his character, but it's an attack on at least his leadership style, right? Like, this was something that John Dorsey wanted, right? When he drafted Baker Mayfield, he loved it. He embraced it. He wanted to build around it. It's why he hired Freddie Kitchens, because he felt like Freddie would go with the Baker Mayfield stuff. That imploded, right? At that moment after 2019, when that imploded, that should have been the sign to Baker Mayfield, okay, the Oklahoma stuff not going to work in the NFL, or I'm not going to be able to do it here, right, in this situation. So I have to adjust. And he did a good job adjusting, right? In 2020, he didn't do the Baker antics. He was pretty reserved, had the best season of his career, full season of his career at least, went to the divisional round. And then this year, he had some bad games. So just this is a full regression here. And look, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is an upgrade on the field from Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is a far more talented quarterback, a far more capable quarterback at times. Not as well, they're both inconsistent, but they're both similarly leveled quarterbacks. But Baker Mayfield has higher potential to Jimmy Garoppolo. If we're just talking about on the field, the difference is that Jimmy Garoppolo, you can't get a teammate to say a single bad word about him. He has been as limited and not as good as he has been for a while, and his wide receivers are not complaining about him en masse. They praise him. That's something that Baker Mayfield has not been able to get. And this is a guy who's just well-liked by everybody who's come in contact with him, right? That is where the upgrade is, right? That's what they want to upgrade at the end of the day, is they want to deal with the quarterback who they feel like is a real leader in the way that they want leadership. And Baker Mayfield's style of leadership, it does not go with how Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry do business. And if we just check out the general demeanor of these guys, right? Andrew Berry's pretty reserved, doesn't really say a lot, not the most on it. He doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeve. Kevin Stefanski most certainly like that. This is something that in hindsight, we probably could have seen coming, because those leadership styles did not clash well with Baker Mayfield's leadership styles. And I think things have come to a point to where, I don't know what else you do with these two. If they can't get along, if Baker's going to kick and scream all year. And I honestly, if you're Baker Mayfield's camp, what's the end game here? Are you going to sit out an entire year at $18 million when you ain't going to get that money next year if you sit out? And how does this help Baker Mayfield to make this request? He's not going to sit out. At the end of the day, he's a player that's not at the level of Aaron Rodgers where he can sit out, right? He has to come to work for whoever has his contract at the end of the day. So this just puts him in an even more awkward situation. And if he thinks it's hard to lead when the coaching staff and the GM don't really have the same leadership styles, it's going to be way harder to lead when you've requested a trade and kind of have to come back hat in hand because you don't have the power to sit out. I don't know what his camp is thinking here, because this just doesn't seem like a smart play, not just for the Browns, but for Baker Mayfield.